Although I try to get boating at least once a week during the winter months, I have only been out twice since the new year. Winter storms and continuous wet but mild weather have taken their toll on my enthusiasm to go up the loch, so I spend the drier days walking the woods admiring the local scenery. I still walk the shores where I launch the boat, but it too is suffering from the constant rain and windy weather. The foreshore and parking area is now a muddy mess, so I don't take my car onto it. A thick bed of seaweed makes trailer launching impossible as car wheels slip and slide trying to get a grip. The winter storms have also demolished my panel fence, so I had a lorry load of lumber delivered and spend any dry days making a new fence, which has taken a fair bit of my time, hence the lack of videos lately. However, these trials are all part and parcel of living in the promised land during winter. I can sense the coming of spring as the nights grow shorter and birds start singing in the leafless hedgerows. I watch with fascination this pair of sea eagles doing their mating ritual by flying together then grabbing each other's talons in mid-flight. I am assured it's not a sign of aggression but a sign of eagle love. I have also been watching winter-born baby seals growing into young adults. So I'm beginning to feel that spring is not so far away, despite more storms being predicted before winter's over. Recent Storm Eunice brought blizzards and high winds. Then, miraculously, the following day I awoke to clear blue sky with no winds and I just had to get my boat fixed. It was a beautiful day down the pier as I carried my small F-rib to the water and started setting it up. It only takes 10 minutes to put together in my perfectly rehearsed routine. The early morning frost nipped my nose, but my toes were like toast, wrapped in 3 layers of socks inside the latex feet of my dry suit trousers. For me, dressing for the weather is the secret of enjoying winter boating. I left the cold outboard to warm for a few minutes before setting off up the loch. I was really looking forward to the pure pleasure of seeing the distant hills plastered with snow. But even seeing a clear blue sky after what seemed a month of grey clouds warmed me to the very core. I slowed to watch a group of mallards, also enjoying the sun on their feathered backs. Then past a canoe happily paddling their way. Although the hills were clothed in their white winter coats, it was surprisingly mild and I was not as cold as the last time I went up the loch at the start of January. It was truly beautiful seeing all the familiar sights again. I pulled over at my normal pit stop for morning coffee then sat in the old jetty wall and slurped hot coffee while admiring the views. It's such a peaceful place, and the warmth of the sun on my back made me feel as if spring was just round the corner. I then went for a short walk to soak in the atmosphere of this special place. I was glad of my dry suit bottoms, as the ground is still sodden. I clambered onto my stony perch for a bird's eye view of the loch and saw the wake of seals swimming in the water. Once again it felt wonderful walking in my promised land. Refreshed, relieved and totally relaxed, I then jumped back in the boat and headed on up the loch. I was on a mission. Today was logging day and I wanted to collect more wood for the fire. I was delighted to see that there are still very few casualties in the ancient oak forest, despite the strong winds. I landed near the head of the loch as I have found a lot of driftwood here in the past, presumably blown up by the prevailing winds. I appreciate that salt wood, even when dried, can corrode my wood burner. However, I seldom see wood floating in the loch. I know the surface water is fresh with rainwater and not salt as in the deeper parts, so suspect there will be little or no salt in this wood. I also know it's fresh driftwood, as it was not here last time I landed. A friend gave me the perfect logging saw. It's a silky saw and will cut even a thick fence post without too much effort. It was still hot work cutting wood in the relatively warm sunshine. I noticed the broom is now flowering, another sign spring is just around the corner. The first storm Franklin has to pass through, and it was forecast for later in the evening, so when I saw the clouds thicken on Ben Cruachan, I decided to make my way back down the loch. As usual, I was too greedy loading the boat with 3 firewood, so I had to leave some behind to ensure I could get the boat in the plane. The logs I collected will be dried over the summer and burnt next year. Living in the promised land, you have to think ahead, and if I don't last that long, I will leave them in my will to my daughters. So that's my update, guys, and why I've taken so long to post a new video and also to reply to comments. Hopefully you will understand and you also enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.